This is the science experiment for Apologia Science, General Science, Experiment 1.1, Density in Nature. You will need a tall glass, a grape, a rock, a cork, a piece of ice, oil, syrup, and water. Here we have our glass, and it says to put 1/4 of the glass oil. Well, that's good enough. And then it says to put the equal amount of water in the glass. And then an equal amount of syrup in the glass. And it looks like they did not mix. We have syrup, water, and oil. And I could use a little bit more oil just because it doesn't look quite equal. Let me run get an ice cube too. Okay, then we have to drop in each item, and it says we have determined that the three did not mix together. They are not mixing. They're separate. So the first item will be the rock we're going to put in. And as we watch the experiment, the rock went all the way to the very bottom of the glass. You can't see it because of the dark syrup, but it's in the very bottom. Next, we have the grape, which is floating on top of the syrup. You need to film down there. It's floating on just the syrup. Next we have the ice cube, which is floating on top of the water. And then last we have the cork, and it is floating on top of the oil. So for the density, you can see that the rock floats to the bottom, the grape floats on the syrup, the ice floats on the water, and the cork floats on the oil. The cork does not sink through the syrup or the water, and the ice does not sink through the water or the syrup, and the grape does not sink through the syrup. But it does.
But the rock sits at the bottom
And
of
the
all
rock
of it.
sits at the very bottom. And that would conclude our experiment 1.1 of Apologia General Science. Thank you.